Anything else anyone wanted to raise today?
I just wanted to mention something I saw on Facebook yesterday. They've got like, you know, where you have your little profile and you'll say, and you can put like a filter over it that says I'm a key worker or something. Someone's done it and it's got their brand around it. And I just thought, is that something that we could develop? I don't know how to do it, but that all our staff would be able to, if they wanted to, put that over them and promote themselves as being a key worker with our HFC brand.
I've seen on Twitter people change their bios to say I work for NHS or proud to work for NHS and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's communication. Let's come up with something. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Hugo's done the Hugo's done the lanyard design for the been working on that for the One Team Working, so that if people are carrying their ID card to and from work, they've got a lanyard that's got the Home from Home Care logo and One Team Working on it that we can distribute to all staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got.
Sorry, Jane, you go.
Yeah, sorry. So we found a supplier who will, in fact, our existing supplier will do an express turnaround for us without charging us, which is lovely because they want to support. Their standard one is that we've mocked up is white with the logo on. So Hugo said, well, that's going to get dirty quite quickly. So they're going to see whether they can source a block colour for us. But they did say a lot of medical companies like white because you can see it dirty, so you clean it. I just wondered if anybody had an opinion about that. That you can clean, you can surface clean them with a white. So you'd use a cloth, hot soapy water, or your wizard water, and you'd wipe them down. But we can find a colour. We can find a colour if it's more practical.
But there is a point that you don't want them to become a germ.
No.
Their own right. Yeah. Here's your coronavirus necklace.
Yeah, well, that's the argument for having it white, is that you'll see it looks dirty, so you'll be able to pick it up. That's the same thing as sheets in hospitals, I guess, isn't it? They tend to be white.
And can we make sure that those quick release ones?
They are.
Yeah, lovely.
They've all got safety breakaways on them, Steve.
Sorry, I think we should have a colour on them because they usually are branded actually. But what I would suggest is that that they manage them at the front desk, and that they have a process where they know how often to clean them, whatever, and how we clean them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday we touched on another communication to parents, which then got lost in discussion. So I'm just highlighting that.
We're doing a recording today.
Okay. In terms of over Easter, to the extent that you have a requirement, Joe, for wells, would you think about that and let us know so that we can manage that? Also, which maybe isn't completely relevant to this entire group, but something we need to start thinking about. Some local authorities are saying that they will give us an extra 15% on our fees for any additional support we're required to give because of COVID-19. However, I also foresee that that we also will be asked to show how we've utilised all of our one-to-one hours creatively. Example, where you need 2-to-1 in the community. Well, you're not going out into the community, so we're not going to pay you for those hours. They'll continue to pay this year, but it's next year when we come to argue about fee increases that we may have to evidence that. So can we begin to think about how we might evidence that in the daily diaries?
Sorry, I'm lost. Is this that they're saying that they will pay us an extra 15?
Well, no. I'm concerned about the other side of that, is when they say to us next year, when we ask for an increase, well, you had all these one-to-one hours last year, and for a chunk of the year, you were not taking the individuals out into the community. So for all the 2-to-1 in the community that we've been paying you for, you didn't use those.
No, I think from the diary point of view. Sorry, go for it. Yeah.
Go on, you go first, Alfie.
From the diary point of view, though, because when we reach stage 2 or 1, the business continuity, we're only going to be recording personal care and food and drink.
Yeah. As long as we're alive to it.
Yeah, but actually, but this isn't just about the number of hours. This is about the cost of those hours. It's about all sorts of things. It's about the added cost of food and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
From our side, we're not going to claim the 15% unless it's genuinely necessary. Yeah, and we won't claim it because, you know, but if it's being incurred and if our costs go through the roof, then we will have no choice but to do that. But we'll be monitoring that very tightly.
Yeah,
and that's why it's really, sorry, I was going to say that's why it's really important that we record all of this background support that's going on. Right, yeah. It's not just about the people that's working directly with the individual.
Absolutely, and I think also recording these statements now are really important. Yeah, and they can latch onto the things. There's no provision in our fees for all the PPE that we're having to buy. There's no provision for the fact that we're having to centrally cater for food, so we're having to buy it in. So we're all the extra transportation and stuff like that. But you know, we're doing what we need to do at this moment in time. And if anyone says that was irresponsible, well, they're not going to say it, are they?
Okay.
What I have received from Linka this morning, I'll circulate it, is how much each local authority has been given of the 1.6 billion that has been given to local authorities for social care costs. So I'll circulate that. It'd be interesting to see. I know Lincolnshire, I think they've got about 23 million.
Be interesting to see how much Hounslow have got, Mel.
Yeah, would be. Freedom of information request.
Well, there's no freedom of information request. You know, Hounslow, having agreed a 3% increase on inflation, are trying to withdraw it.
Yeah.
That doesn't beeping out either.
One other thing that Linka did circulate last night is a private company that's offering tests to social care. I suspect I wouldn't be comfortable about the reliability of these tests.
No,
them at 15 quid a person.
No, and look, the problem is it puts the liability onto us
Yes.
if it's incorrect, and that's the big risk on these tests. I'm not comfortable with it at all.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't have any value unless they were validated at some level. They wouldn't help us really.
No, I mean they sent a lot of what they say is validation paperwork behind it, but I don't know how much I would believe some of that. I wouldn't know what the right certification is to say that it's valid.
And I wouldn't want to say a staff member had the antibody, put them in with someone vulnerable, and then suddenly they can't. I'm not comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we've got used to the system such as it is, and as things get worse, we hope that there will be a validated test available and we will have access to it. So I think for now we're quite right to carry on as we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other matters for today?
No, it's good. I think everyone's doing a fantastic job as always, yeah. But it is the lull before the storm. Let's not kid ourselves, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks.
Bye.